Hello my fellow garden gals and guys, welcome back to my channel, Serenity Now Garden. My name's Jeannie and I garden here in central Minnesota in a zone 5A. Last year it was a 4B, so we just got changed to a 5A this year. I'm just north of the Twin Cities, probably by about 10 miles or so. So today I'm going to take you outside around my garden and I'm going to do a Hosta Tour for 2024. Just want to warn you a few things before I take you out there. We had a ton of rain this year. So this was the first year I had a really big slug problem. I have treated for it, but the damage was kind of already done before I got to it. We were in a drought the last 3 years, so I've never dealt with this problem before. So you will notice there's some slug damage on a lot of the hostas, but it'll kind of give you an idea also of what hostas are slug resistant. So hopefully next year we won't have this big of a problem, but we had just like a record amount of rain in June this year. So one other thing that I wanted to let you know is I have well over 100, maybe 200 hostas, so I'm not going to stop at every single plant. If there's a plant that you would like to know the name of, please leave a comment with a timestamp down below and I'll try to look at it later and see if I can name it for you. I also don't have the names for every single hosta I have. Some were here when I moved in, a few that I've split. They're all around my garden now. There was also a few that I got on clearance that didn't even have tags. So there might be a few plants that I don't know the names of, but if you know the names, please leave me a comment and I would really appreciate that. So without further ado, let me take you out there and we'll do our little tour. Thanks guys, happy gardening, take care. Okay, welcome to my garden, you guys. I am gonna start on my side yard here. Now, keep in mind this garden was just started, about 3 to 4 years ago, so a lot of the hostas are new. But this is my favorite spot down here at the end of the hill. So the first hosta here is Fire Island. This is one of those with the red petioles, red stems there. So pretty. It's like a medium-sized hosta. Further down here, we have a mini. This is called Blue Mouse Ears. I love this one. I love the flowers. I like that it stays nice and compact. I think it's the perfect thing right here. Now, I do have a lot of these elbow marginata hostas against the wall. You'll see these throughout the property because they were here when I first moved in and I split them and I made them into like over 50 hostas. So this is one of my favorite spots here. I don't know the name of this first blue one here. This one is a dancing queen though. These really bright gold hostas. There's a little bit of slug damage, not too bad. They didn't have any slug damage last year, but this is like the brightest gold hosta that I have. I love it. When like the sun hits it, it's amazing. Over here, we have another mouse ears back here. Here, this is called Munchkin Fire. This is a small hosta. I think it gets like 10 to 12 feet. Like the blooms are going to be nice and lavender. I wanted it more compact over here. This one is called Blue Ivory. I love that one too. And this last one here is Fire and Ice. I just thought it was perfect because this is a really shady area and it kind of like brightens up this little curve here at the end of the path. So this is the other side here where I have some of my favorites. I'll start at one side and then kind of take you up. have various ground covers in here too, just to kind of fill up the space. So this big one here is humpback whale. It's kind of taking over the one next to it. I'm gonna have to move the one next to it, but you could see like there's a little bit of a hump in the leaves. This little one is Ben Vernoy. Like I said, I will have to move that one. The humpback whale gets like about 7 feet wide. Here's Rainbow's End. I love this one because it looks like striped almost. This is one of the first to emerge in the spring as well. This one is nice and vase shaped. I love it. It's called Crassa Regal. There's a lot of mosquitoes back here too, by the way. This one in front is Montana Ario Marginata. You'll see a little bit of leaf damage. This doesn't have like a virus or anything. I accidentally like sprayed a little bit of weed killer on accident on some of the leaves. Here is Rainforest Sunrise. Love that one too. Just behind it is Brother Stefan. And just behind that is Guacamole. And this is what guacamole looks like in really deep shade. This one is Hadspin Blue. I just put this in a couple days ago, so very new. And I just mulched this area. I believe this one is Sunshine Glory, but I can't recall. It looks similar to others that I have. This one's Elegans. This will get a lot bigger. There's a maple tree just behind it, so there's a lot of shallow roots. So I got to keep these nice and watered. This one here is Golden Tiara. I really love this one because it is really prolific. You could split this one a lot. It's great for borders, stays short. This is First Frost. It's actually a sport of Halcyon. Sorry, I got some mulch on some of these. This one is Coast to Coast. It's a proven winner's plant. Like, it doesn't have any slug damage either. So if you're looking for a really nice gold one that's pretty slug resistant, this is a good one. And this one's slug resistant too. It's Abaca Drinking Gourd. Whenever you see corrugated leaves that are really stiff like that, it's usually slug resistant. This one is Liberty. It's going to get a lot bigger, but it's so pretty when it first emerges in spring. I love it. Just behind that, this one's August Moon. I love the margins on that one. And I'm not sure what this one is here. If anybody knows, let me know. I just cannot recall. This one is another proven winner's plant. It is Seducer. Does have a little slug damage this year, unfortunately, but it'll grow in nice and big. This one is Island Breeze. It's also one of those with the red petioles there. So I have a couple like that. I love those just for a little bit of interest. Something different. And next to that, we have Maui Buttercups. This is one of my first hostas back here. I just fell in love with it. This one is called Lakeside Cupcake. Look at the leaf colors on this. It is so pretty, and it'll stay somewhat compact, so that's why I put it in front. And this is Designer Jeans. This is also one with the red petioles. Love it. And this is one of my all-time favorites. This is called Dancing with Dragons. Look at the like ice blue color on this. And next to like the fresh mulch, it looks so good. Like I love the frilly edges. I'm not positive what this one was. I thought it was labeled as Captain Kirk, but it doesn't look like that. This one's Paradigm. Over here in this little bed, there's also maples over here. So these don't grow super big, but this one is called Twin Cities Hosta. Like, I just love it, and I had to get it since I'm near the Twin Cities, of course. And just behind that is Earth Angel. So I think it's a sport of Blue Angel. It just has the gold margins, but it'll get rather large. This one wasn't labeled. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like forbidden fruit, but I could be wrong. If anyone knows, let me know. And I love the astilbe next to the hostas. I have some elderberry and viburnums in this bed too. Right here, there's a firelight hydrangea in the center, and there's dancing queen in front. That big astilbe is Mighty Pip, just so you know. I am going to be reworking this bed soon, so this won't look like this for long, but this one's Halcyon on each side. It's one of my favorite blue plants. It's kind of getting crowded there, but like I said, I am reworking this bed in a few weeks. This is another rainforest sunrise. They're great to put near the border. They'll stay kind of compact. All these astilbe and hostas are loving all the rain this year, though. We got a ton. So this was my side yard. This is what I kind of call like my little hosta garden over here, but I'm also going to take you in a couple other areas and show you. But I just want you to have one last look here on the way back. All right, so this is my side bed here. I just wanted to, and my cut flower garden is on the left. So I just wanted to show you my only full sun hosta. This is a fragrant bouquet hosta. So it does okay in full sun. It gets a little crisp on the edges, like maybe in August. But I love it next to like these purple Royal Candles Veronica. I think this looks really good. So it's a variety that could take a little more sun if you need it. So the path back to the back side of my property is lined in all of these elbow marginata hostas. I literally split maybe 4 plants into all these hosta. I think there's over 30 hosta back here. And they grow so quick. They're just tough as nails. And look at these. These are Francis Williams. I love these. I feel like they look really good next to these other plants. We have some ivory halo dogwood in the very back, and that's another paradigm in front right there. And just behind that is another dancing queen. Love those dancing queens because they just brighten up the area. So there's a total of 3 of these Francis Williams hosta. They'll get a lot bigger. And a couple more gold ones I added over here just to brighten up the area. I just feel like this area really needed some gold. This one is stained glass. It has a tiny bit of slug damage this year, but it could take a little bit more sun too. It's only 2 years old, so it'll get a bit bigger. And just next to these Veronica here is orange marmalade. This is one of the last to emerge in the spring. It's really bright, and I like how the leaves are nice and pointy and they kind of stand a little upright. Really brightens that area. Another paradigm back here. I got Dancing Queen and Paradigm on clearance, so there's for like $1 each, so there's many of those. But I just love my hostas. I just want like one of each. There's just some regular green hostas here. I'm not sure what they're called. They were here when I moved in on this retaining wall here. I'm going to take you up and down my side bed here. Again, this area has a lot of maple trees, so there's a lot of shallow maple roots. So These hosta might not grow to their full potential. I do have sprinklers that water these every other day. But I'm going to just stop at a few highlights here. So this first one is wide brim. I love the margins on this, so it really stands out. This one is a proven winner's plant called Diamond Lake. I like the frilly edges, and it's nice and blue. Not quite as blue as the Dancing with Dragons, but it's close, and it gets a little bit bigger. This is Guacamole. Love that one. Here's a Forbidden Fruit. I have many of these too because I got them on sale. These are somewhat new though. This is a Pilgrim hosta. Nice and cute. So this area is just kind of like brush. Not sure what this one is. I believe it's a Blue Angel. This one is Dream Queen. I love the coloring on the leaves. It's just like a brush stroke went down the center. Believe this one is Blue Angel. Or no, wait, not Blue Angel. It's Blue Hawaii. This one is June, which is actually a sport of halcyon, I believe. If it got a little more sun, I think it would look a little better. This is another Francis Williams. This is what they look like when they're small. Here's Fire Island in a little more shade. It gets a little more lime green in the shade. Halcyon. Another Pilgrim. This one is Sunshine Glory. This will get pretty big, so I might have to move it, but it's in an okay spot for now. And this one is a proven winner's plant called Autumn Frost. I love this one. Has a little bit of leaf damage, but so pretty. And just some more elbow marginatas. Here's a little side bed with a couple maples as well. I did want to show you this. This is a fragrant bouquet. So this is in a little more shade compared to the one in back. So it gets a little more lime green and more shade. And I put a bunch of little plugs in here last year. All of these little ones. This is Frozen Margarita. So they'll really grow in, but these are very new. I think I put in like 6. And here's my Blue Angel. It is huge. This is my biggest hosta. It was here when I moved in 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So not sure if it's 100% Blue Angel, but I believe it is. Pollinators love it. And it's one of my favorites. I like taking a picture with this one every year just to see how big it gets compared to me. And I love those flowers. They're so pretty. So I hope you enjoyed that tour, everyone. We'll see you later. Happy gardening.